Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to flip number 41. So this is my the December part of my Fibonacci. I've said it before, I use alter composition books, and I glue 3 pages together for bleed through, to prevent bleed through. And at the beginning of every month, I always put a little pocket here so I could put all my prompts and all that kind of stuff in there. And then the facing page is just a collage that I did. So we'll get started here. Things changed back again in December. I put back my header up here with everything. Some of my pages are colorful, some of them are not. I just, kind of went with the flow. It's a busy time of year, and so either, it was hard finding time to work in my book, or, or just, I don't even know. So, in here, this is an envelope I made, and it holds the dread Christmas letter. I think of, I don't know what episode it was, whether it was like Friends or Seinfeld or something, where they talk about the Christmas letter, and, how they hate it, how they hate when people send Christmas letters out. But we have so many family and friends that don't live near us. Well, in fact, all of them. And so it's easier for me just to put it all in a newsletter, type it all out, and go from there, let everybody know what's going on. And so I was working on that, and we were very frustrated because my husband is still having health issues, and it feels like we've been bounced around from doctor to doctor, and nobody can really tell us what's going on, and he's still in pain, and he still can't eat solid food, and it's just a complete freaking nightmare. So there was the beginning of our December. Yay. Peace on Earth was the letter at prompt, and that reminded me of Let There Be Peace on Earth and Let It Begin With Me, that song. I think Vince Gill sang it, one of the versions of it. And when I was a teacher, my second grade class, I taught them that song, and we sang it in an assembly, so that was fun. And then this month also I was doing art by Yukari. I didn't do the prompts every single day of December, but I did them, when I could. And so this was, the first one was Draw a Tree. So I found this online somewhere and just copied it. I thought it came out cute. It's kind of almost like a Whoville tree or a Dr. Seuss tree. And then on this day, Comfy Cozy was the Whimsical Wednesday. And so yeah, I enjoy when it gets a bit cooler. Oh, that's what it was. She wanted to know, well, she didn't want to know. I mean, the prompt was, what makes you feel comfy and cozy during this time of year? And I live in SoFlo, so yeah, it doesn't get cold here, rarely. And but I do like it even when it dips down like towards 70. Like, I pull out my down comforter on my bed, and I love it, and it's so comfy and cozy. So that's what makes me feel comfy and cozy. And then the drawing prompt from Felicia was to draw a box, so that was my sad attempt. And then this day I filmed I think it was my first ramble session here on YouTube, where I just, sit at my desk and work. And so this day I was showing also how I pieced together this little elf guy here. I had found him online, and I printed him out, and then I cut up, different pieces of him and traced it onto my book. And so it worked out really well, because I don't like to draw, obviously, but I think he came out super cute. And then Baby It's Cold Outside, that was the lettering, and yeah, so not in SoFlo. And then on this day here was December 3rd, and this was the letter at prompt up here. And then we went to the Florida Grand Opera, and that was my early birthday present. Big Handsome took us all out, me and the kids and my daughter's boyfriend, and we all went to go see The Barber of Seville, which is completely in Italian. but they have super titles, so it was good, and I love it. It's like one of my favorites because I think it's really funny. It's a really funny opera. And so, yeah, I loved it, and it was so beautiful there. And we all went out to dinner first, and yeah, we just had a lovely time. And then one of the prompts was family traditions. So, some of ours are we purchase a real Christmas tree on my birthday weekend, which is usually like the first or second weekend, depending on how the weeks fall in December. So, and we decorate it while listening to Christmas music, and we have a big batch of homemade hot cocoa made up, and I make almond roca, but I don't do that like on the day that we do the tree, you know. This is just kind of like family traditions that we do through the season. And then we also go Christmas lighting on Christmas Eve. And then this was a 5 on Friday, and I think I don't know, I just can't tell you. I can't remember. One of them had to have been a snowman, I'm sure. One was probably like seasonal paper, and I put the little hot cocoa recipe because I make it from scratch. It's a recipe that my husband's mother has used for years, and so that's how I make the hot cocoa. And everyone, I used to make big batches of it at Christmas time and give it out to like friends and stuff, like give them like a little mason jar full of it. And everyone just loves it. It's so much better than like the box kind. So, yeah. So, that's yummy. And then this day here, I just got the sweetest card from Yukari on Fobonichi group. And during the month of November, she had done some portraits of some of the gals on the group. And this was my portrait that she did. And it's just so beautiful, and I'm so thankful and just so blessed. I just teared up. It's just so beautiful. And so I'm going to keep it right here, safe and sound in my book. And she's such a sweetheart. So I was really just so pleased that she thought of me. It was just so sweet of her. And then I also got my birthday card from Felicia, which is so sweet. So I got that. And then on the back here, I put this as a little mouse because she calls herself Mouse Potato. And, you know, Lord bless my online friends because they're just great, every last one of them. And then here was a lazy day. My husband was probably working, maybe. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was actually home, which was kind of funny because my daughter and I watched Prancer. And I really enjoy that movie, especially because Sam Elliott's in it. But it's a really cute movie, and it was kind of interesting that I got to watch it uninterrupted, which is unheard of around here because it was, you know, it's football season. So, yeah, that was interesting. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This was the letter it prompt. And yeah, I'm just so thankful for the wonderful friends that I've made on the Fobonichi site. They're so lovely and creative and inspiring and just lovely, lovely people. And I'm so thankful for their friendships. And then this day here, we had gone out to get our Christmas tree. And so I took some cute little pictures of my little gems. My son was acting goofy, and because I was acting goofy. And so he has this really somber looking, you know, like irritated face on, but it was kind of funny because he was trying really hard not to laugh. And it had been raining. So we weren't able to get the tree, but then finally the rain stopped. So we were able to go out and get our tree. And they decorated it, and it just looks so beautiful in our bay window, and the kids did a great job. And my daughter's boyfriend came over, so he helped, and everybody decorated the tree, and it was very nice. And then Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animals. Those are my kids. That was the letter it prompt, I think. And then these I found, this was the art by Yukari, was the prompt was to draw a candle. And as I've told you before, I don't draw. But I found the cutest site on YouTube here, and I think it's called Fun to Draw. And it's by Mayu, and she does the cutest kawaii like little cartoony things, kawaii things. I don't know what to call them. Pictures, I guess, drawings. And so they're super easy to follow along. So yeah, I did that. And that was fun. And then this day here, Christmas lighting, this was the draw prompt by Yukari, and so it was lights, and rocking around the Christmas tree was the letter it prompt. And then one of the traditions, Christmas lighting, I don't know why there's so many things in here about traditions, but one of them is on Christmas Eve, we go out and drive to nearby neighborhoods to look at all the pretty lights. So when the kids were little, we'd all get into our PJs and I'd make cocoa and pop some popcorn and we'd have a great time. And we always kind of went rather late in the evening so that the kids would be sleeping when we got home. So we would just have to carry them inside and put them into bed. And so that was just a sweet memory to have. Now, of course, I mean, they're, adults, so I'm not carrying them inside. And then I received this was actually my birthday, and I received a lovely surprise gift from a cherished friend here on, not here on YouTube, but on one of my Facebook groups that I belong to. So super, super sweet. And I think I have some, oh yeah, happy freaking birthday to me. I woke up to a sick, big, handsome, but at least we averted the ER. So yeah. And then I had to go for an ultrasound on my thyroid to see if the gremlins are growing. Go me. Oh yeah, that was a fun day. So that's why I covered it up with this pretty cupcake. And then this one here, the art by Yukari was ornaments. So I drew some ornaments, and these were inspired by one of the draw prompts on something else. And so I did that there. And then I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what was supposed to go on this page. Not that anything is supposed to. It's a diary kind of thing. It's a journal. So yeah, I just decided to ramble, and on this day I was contemplating how I was going to do my Fobonichi in the coming year. So I'm thinking I might go for a smaller book. So that I have like less prep time and less space, less ground to cover, and I can just write the, just jot little things down that I do and, use a little bit more, like cut out things. What are they called? Like die cuts, use a little bit more of those. And I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe going with a Midori. We'll see what happens. So here's my little snowman, and I got this tutorial off of YouTube from Llama's Love Lettering. Super cute way to draw a snowman. And some people are worth melting for. That was the letter at December prompt. And then this day here was Whimsical Wednesday, so it was about my Fobonichi routine, and my typical routine is no routine. So yeah, a lot of times I have a bunch of pages to do at one time. So, and they're all in varying stages. And I did my second ramble session, I think, was on how I do that, because I do normally have a bunch of different pages at one time going. And then these were all the things that I was doing that day. So yeah, that was me. So I was working on the family calendar, I was doing laundry, I was helping my daughter with a quilt that she was making for her boyfriend for Christmas. I was still finishing up the Christmas letter, making hair appointments, working on my Fobonichi, teaching biology, figuring out what's for dinner, which I don't normally have to figure out what's for dinner because my husband makes dinner, but I just have to figure out from the list of his menu items what we want for dinner. So anyhow, and then, I put this in here because my daughter came home all excited because she had been nominated for a scholarship. So I was very proud of her for that. And that Bah Humbug, that was the letter it prompt, and so that was me that day. And then on this day here, cookies. So we talked about, this was the letter, the art by Yukari prompt, and it just reminded me, I did a little kawaii Christmas tree, and it reminded me of baking cookies with my mom, And so, yeah, I talked about that. They were those little spritz cookies in the shape of a, Christmas tree, and she'd dye them green, and they were always so yummy. And then these are all the stamps, the stamp books that I use to mail out my newsletters. So they were all sent out, and I was glad for that. Trust me. So I think I'll stop here and thank you for sharing your time with me and listening to my ramblings. And I'll catch you on the next flip.